What is going on, guys? We are back with another video. Today we are doing another realistic style rebuild on Madden 22, and today we are doing a realistic style rebuild of the New Orleans Saints. Of course, I have this on like active roster thing. It's like 2 behind, which is just weird. Like this is super far behind. I'd imagine if I waited maybe like a day or two, I could have probably gotten all the way up to week 12, but I'm not going to wait till the moment the Saints and the Cowboys play, all right? So, you know, suck it, NFL. It's not really even the NFL, it's Madden. But obviously we're rebuilding the Saints, a team that started off really hot against my favorite team, the Packers. They were looking like, are they the team to beat already? I mean, they definitely were. Once week 1 was over, everyone had them as their team to beat. Of course, that defense looked locked down. Jameis looked very in control of the offense. They looked great. But of course, some of the issues that we all thought were going to be issues going into the season did start to play a factor. And then one of the bigger things is being injuries. Before Michael Thomas got injured, or it seems like so long ago, at least going into the season, even if you had a healthy Michael Thomas, which, you know, Saints fans and everyone knew that it was still going to be a couple of weeks before he played, didn't really think he was going to be out for another whole season. The wide receiver core needed to be upgraded, and the Saints just simply didn't do that. You know, the tight end hasn't been great since, I would say, just Jimmy Graham, right? I can't really think of... wait, did they have Jared Cook for a season, didn't they? I think they actually did have Jared Cook for a season recently, so maybe Jared Cook. But receivers, I mean, Deontay Harris, for a moment, a couple of weeks, was, last season was looking like, hey, this guy could be a sick player, but really hasn't showed too much of that. Kamara's off to a pretty bad start this season, but once again, when your receiving options are these guys, and you have quarterbacks now because of injury to Jameis Winston, who once again was playing actually really well, you know, the checkdowns and all the short stuff, it's very easy to stop a guy like Kamara when you know the other guys aren't very deadly. Offensive line-wise, the interior, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't really been up to the task, whereas the tackles obviously have been, well, the tackles that we know, basically the best tackle duo in the league. Then we move over to the defense. Demario Davis, obviously solid player as always. Jordan, solid player as always. Underrated player in Marcus Williams as always. I'm still going to defend it till this day. It's a hill I will die on. I feel like 60-40 people agree. The Minnesota Miracle only happened because Marcus Williams was afraid of getting a defenseless receiver penalty hit. You know, I'm just saying, I just don't think, if you take away any potential rule of hitting a defenseless receiver, quote unquote, I don't think it comes even close to a touchdown. I think he hesitated because of that. I don't know, dude. That's the hill I'm willing to die on. All right, that's the hill I'm willing to die on. Marshawn Lattimore, of course, a guy that when he's on, he is like a top 8 probably on. But that's the problem. He's been a little inconsistent. I would assume injuries have bothered him as well. I know they have for Kamara recently. Cornerback in general, though, is not been super great, especially outside of Marshawn. Defensive line, once again, like I said, Cameron Jordan, always a solid player. Anye Mata, a very solid player for the last couple of years now. Davenport, I think, has been decent, but not really the 2 first-round picks worthy trade up that they made. Once again, speaking of, with Green Bay, that they were hoping for. And then, once again, Malcolm Jenkins, always a solid starter. Quan Alexander, I'm not really sure what they see in him. I'm not saying it's like a Jalen Smith type of deal, but I feel like his name is carrying more than his talent lately. And then Pete Werner wasn't even a starter on this roster. I just moved him up because they had like this guy 64 overall starting. I don't know if he's good or not, but 26 years old, 64 overall. I mean, I'm already got freaking reservations about a 23-year-old guy, but of course, since he's young, I'll allow it. And yeah, once again, Michael Thomas injured for the year. I mean, I guess he'll be starter next season, but yeah, there's actually quite a bit to work on with this team. Like, this team is not as close as you would think, and when I looked at their record recently, I was like, really? I thought maybe they would have been like positive 1 or 2, but no, they're not, which is really strange to me, but still a chance with Winston out for the year, though. I mean, at best case, which is actually a worst case for the future of their team, maybe they get the wild card and they lose first round or something like that. There's not a whole lot of hopes for this team, even if they got fully healthy. I just don't think he can get it done with the quarterback situation. I mean, they benched Simeon, not that he was great or anything, but anytime Taysom's been the full starter, there's just nothing there. I don't know. Like, sure, great gadget player and all that, but as a pure quarterback, it's just not going to happen, dude. I don't understand it. I really don't. But another talking point that has been kind of an issue for the Saints for the last couple of years now, even though they somehow made it work, is the money. I mean, I don't know what's happening here. Are they letting Armstead go? Is Williams gone? I mean, I just don't think Taysom Hill's that big of a name to be letting a franchise tackle like Armstead go. I mean, I guess Williams, but can I even afford this? Like, I obviously can't even afford the what he wants, but I mean, a tag? I get, like, how are they going to do this? I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. Or maybe they just aren't. Are they just going to fall into poverty? I don't know what we're looking at here, Like, there's a couple of names, and we cannot afford them. I mean, is that what Malcolm Jenkins is on? Like, a 3-year, at this point, well, like, basically a 3-year 30? I mean, how are you going to prioritize safety, but you can't even afford your own star? Like Marcus Williams. Like, whoa, what's happening, dude? Is this really, like, the thing? It says we have a ton of cap space, but I imagine, like, all of that's going to be gone next year, right? That's the thing. Yeah, 22 mil there, 14 there, another, like, 15, basically 20, 10. Pete, I wish we could get rid of. I don't know, dude. This is just an L. Like, this is not good. Roby, tell me we can get rid of Roby. I think you have to get rid of Roby next season, right? Like, that's probably what's going to happen, right? There's going to be a bunch of names that we're going to be able to get rid of, like, right at the end. Hopefully. I mean, Taysom's not even making his real-life contract. Like, I don't know. It's about to be the playoffs, and here we are. I would say the Saints are probably going to finish actually the same as this, or 8 and 9. That's right, yeah, 8 and 9. But I'll take it, fair enough. 7 and 10. I finally went with a real quote-unquote draft class. I mean, I've always been more of a fan of CPU generated, but I get a lot of people kind of like to associate the the goals of the offseason with real life players and then kind of be like, oh yeah, I could see that. Whereas these random names are like, I don't know, that's not a real person. But of course, let us see the schedule, just so if you're a Saints fan, you're like, okay, let's see what the game thinks our losses are going to be. So apparently tonight is not going to be a good night, which, I mean, looking at the other games, which were even worse than this, I mean, probably, right? The Jets, fair enough. Buccaneers, I suppose, fair enough. Dolphins, yeah, probably. Not guaranteed, though. The Panthers, who knows? And then, once again, the Falcons, who knows? I mean, I believe they already lost to the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, they should have won that game, and they just, they didn't. So, there's that. But, yeah, let's take a look at the stats, which I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work. I was about to say, because we have Taysom, we have Winston, we have a bunch of different guys there. Kamara slightly improves on what he's actually done in real life. Callaway could go to star, should go to star. Offensive line, I mean, look at the numbers you get from the offensive line, but we're probably going to lose Armstead here because we just can't afford anyone because of the freaking contracts they're signing around here. Brian Johnson, look at the kick in there. I'll take it. I don't care about the yearly award. We didn't win anything. Let's just be honest. The Buccaneers versus the Chiefs. Another original one, my favorite. And, the Chiefs win. Wow. I wouldn't want to see that anyways. I don't even care if they got revenge on Brady and all them. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I just don't. Callaway, though, a guy that I really didn't expect to have a chance here. Might. Star development trait. Maybe, but, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like him in Madden, to be honest. Defensively, any dev-ups? We had a dev-up for Demario Davis, which doesn't really help us a whole lot, to be honest. He's 33. By the time this team is even where we want it to be, it's not going to matter. And then, of course, you got Malcolm Jenkins here who's making a ton of money to basically be a backup. 75 overall, that is a huge drop-off. Lattimore actually goes to Superstar, which, Superstar dev-ups, from corners are not super common, not super easy to get. The team is in a really bad place. I mean, you have an 87 overall Cam Jordan. I mean, this team is really not looking great. You got to get rid of Roby to try and salvage any of the players. We're going to do what we can. I don't know what we can do. Please tell me Quan's also releasable. I mean, he is, but that's really not saving the money we need. So basically, we need to kill the draft. And what better time to do that than when somebody makes a roster that's probably going to be super overrated players with like a bunch of high devs. I like it. And also, Onyemata, please tell me you're releasable. Damn it. It's not that I don't think he's a great player, because he actually is in real life, but I mean, something's got to give. Like, we got to do something here. And I don't think we can. I just released Crap Lasagna. I still don't know how to say his name. It's like Crabone. I don't know, dude. Yeah, maybe we can release. Okay, I mean, we're making a little bit back. We're making a little bit back here. A little bit of back here. So we apparently have 21 mil, and honestly, in real life, no shots. But in-game, especially since we're in a bad spot, I might actually be willing to let Armstead go. You actually do see him in free agency a decent bit out of the times. But, yeah, I don't know if I want to get rid of Marcus Williams. Once again, it's a safety. It's not the hardest position to replace, but it's a very good deal. 5-year 37 versus a 2-year 41. Although, it kind of seems like we can afford both. We actually did a hell of a job. Marcus, it's not that much. Like, come on, dude. I've offered you quite a bit. We actually kind of did a good job of saving some money here. So what does he want? He wants a 2-year 41. Oh, crap. We can't afford him. Like, we can barely afford him, but I don't know if it's worth it. He's really solid, but he's 31 now. His best case is going to play that 2-year deal out. Man, I do want to keep him, but I just don't know. Deontay Harris I would like to keep too, but I think I'm going to let him go. I mean, we can afford him, right? But we're not really saving any money in the future, because you could probably lose McCoy if you go for... I think we're going to let Armstead go. This is sucky. I'm going to try to find any information on real life, because I just don't know how they're going to get rid of him in real life. He's just been too good for them. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of reports saying, like, are they going to let him go? Can they afford him and Ramczyk? I think just to save some money, we're going to have to let him go. I mean, that's just... It's basically every dime. So first things first, I know it's not going to be preferable for us, but I'm going to try just offer something kind of low. A 2-year 34, no chance he takes it. I'd like to play for a new team. What's the tag? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm just saying. A 15 mil tag, I'm willing to do it. I don't think we can afford anyone else now, though. Not that I really want to. These are all backup level talent, and even then... Not the kicker. No! Not Brian Johnson. We still have Will Lutz. Screw you. Will Lutz will be back. Yeah, Brian Johnson, screw you and your perfect kicking, loser. Speaking of loser, you don't want to be a loser that isn't subscribed. Look at me insulting people for their choices that they can make. Nah, but for real, if you want to leave a like and subscribe, it means a ton to me. If not, that's still great. You're here. You got to this point in the video. He's like, yeah, that's about it, because you just made me feel bad. Bye. But yeah, let's get back into this. So it says 9 mil. I don't know where that came from, because we literally just had -2. Devontae, lowballing Devontae. I'm just glad he's getting offers, though. There's a lot of times where you actually see him go just straight up to regular free agency. Von Miller, the way he's playing, I mean, he's been okay for the Rams. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. But, I mean, you never know. Incognito, I don't think the Raiders are going to let him go. I think he retires before that happens. Tight end, Gronk, once again, I think a similar situation. He just retires before he goes to a new team. It's just not worth it, right? Like, especially with what you have had. Carlton Davis is a great player. I mean, I think you save a ton of money here. And by ton, I mean, like, you just save money. Juju Smith-Schuster, the Saints, though, not bad. But I don't know. I think you rebuild through the draft. Devondre Campbell, he's going to get paid in real life. And it ain't going to be the Packers. Unless he takes a homegrown discount, even though it's not a homegrown at all. Yeah, he's going to get paid in free agency. We're not going to be the ones to do it, though. Tanyan feels like he honestly feels like a Saints player, but for me, I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe in real life, though, especially with the injury to his ACL, could get a discount on him. Who? Chark. I mean, Chark would be a decent player here. I don't know, dude. I feel like none of these names are really that great, and they're not really that developable. I was going to go for Jacoby Myers, but he's literally Marquez Callaway. I don't need 2 slow players, all right? I feel like Benardrick McKinney would probably be like a 1-year kind of like $2 million deal, and I feel like he would actually be a great signing for this team in real life. So I'm going to offer that. I'm going to just adjust it to a 1-year 2 if he actually accepts. Cornerback is a need. I think that's something you draft in the 2nd round here. Wait, did I cut Jenkins, or what happened to Jenkins? I must have cut him, right? I know Garner Johnson's back, which is clutch, but I don't know. He's just not there, so whatever. Let's go to the next week, see if we got any signings or not. I mean, we didn't really offer anything. Oh! That was like the ultimate freaking cucking. Like, it didn't wait till right as I hit it or anything. It was literally milliseconds from showing. And I am stalling so I can get the batteries back in so we can take a look. And, okay, Bernard McKinney, fair enough. Who the hell else did we offer? There must have been someone. Oh, yeah, Christian Kirk. I offered like a 3-year 18, which I was going to adjust to a 2-year 15, but I don't think he's accepted. Oh, he's definitely not. I just don't even know if I want Juju, though. Like, he's not bad. I also don't know what's fair for him. 85 points. I can't, dude. We got to save money. We have to re-sign the center and Gardner Johnson, I imagine, next season. I can't do that. All right, so the one thing I know about the quarterback class is there's a lot of names, but there's not a whole lot of talent from what I've heard. There's like one, I think JT Daniels is like the number 1 guy on pretty much most boards. Once again, I'm not that guy when it comes to college football. I mean, I've never really, like, fully enjoyed it. Whenever I watch it, I seem to enjoy it, but I've never been, like, into following it for some reason. I just don't think I have the time. I mean, I probably do have the time. I just don't feel like it. So maybe if you guys are interested, maybe I delve more into that. If you guys are even interested in me doing these real-life classes for rebuilds, you know, let me know or not. I could leave it to the true experts on YouTube, and I just go with my little cozy, puffy CPU drafts. But I also like to learn some of the names. Usually I learn most of the names by the end of the year and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of names, and I feel like a lot of people know the names, but there's not a whole lot of potential from what I've heard. A lot of guys that just don't seem like they're going to be NFL level quarterbacks. But some of the guys are probably worth taking, like Ritter or Daniels. I don't think we're going to have a chance at, but if we do, maybe that's who we go with. Corral, maybe because of the speed. I'm pretty sure he's decent in speed. Yeah, decent speed, but he's looking rough. Of course, we have the 85% scouted. I think I'm going to go based, since I don't know much about the class, like I said, I think I'm going to go based on just where they're rated on here. So if the guy made a bad class, I apologize, but it was the number 1 highest downloaded for updated classes. All the other ones were like, the last time they were updated was in August, which is very far out of date with the college football season. So, yeah, right now I think it's between Daniels, Ritter, and Hainier. Who else do we have? Howell. I think Sam Howell is a guy that was supposed to be way higher than this, right? So I'm not 100% sure there. Cornerback, I do know Stingley is like the number 1 guy for most people. What is this? No shot, there's a white corner. Who is this? What is this? This is some lie, dude. This is like someone making a joke. Someone made a mistake. No shot. White people don't exist at the corner. What? Is he a cornerback that's white? Huh? Or is he like a safety and this guy has him listed at corner? Because it says DB. Right? I don't, there's no way, dude. It doesn't exist. I'm a white guy. We don't have agility. We haven't evolved into agility yet. Maybe at some point, but just not yet. But honestly, if Stingley's there, because I don't know what pick we're going to have here. I mean, I think you maybe take him, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Stingley's like a top 5 pick projection. Once again, I don't know a damn thing, so leave me alone. You know, just give me a chance. 7 banks. That's what happens when you run an illegal drug cartel. The one thing I do know, though, where is he? I do know that Thibodeau is like the undisputed pick 1 overall, right? Like, no matter who is up there, he's the number 1 pick, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm pretty sure. Detroit, they need to go for him. They have had issues with edge for so long. Quarterback, once again, is great and all, but is there a true number 1 here? I don't know. Also, they have multiple firsts, but I don't know how good they're going to be. outside of the, you know, their own pick. But pretty sure I seen something where right now picks 4 through 7 actually belong to New York teams, the Jets and the Giants, which, fair enough, good trades. Another thing I know is if this guy somehow becomes like a top 2 draft pick, or top 2 rounder, I'm not going to choose their team. I know I could just say Zion, but no. I also feel like Ali Gay, there was a guy that I did a sub for sub with when I had like 12 subscribers. I'm good to see him making it. I don't think that's him, but this is going to be an utter disaster, but I am ready to take the L. What pick do we even have? Like 8? 10. Ooh, this is Thibodeau, right? No, it could be a QB, though. It is going to be a QB. The game does weight the QBs a little bit higher. With Watson still on the Texans, you got to imagine this is Thibodeau. And it is not. It's still a quarterback. Really? The Eagles could also go QB. They do not. They get a steal, which is just not going to happen, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. We're here now. Washington with a wide receiver. I don't know. I think they trade back and then grab a QB. Evan Neal, a tackle. Fair enough. I mean, the Jags are kind of in that situation where, you know, they do have a lot of good pieces on offense. They just need to, play better, really. Cornerback to the Jets. Very realistic, obviously. Stingley still being there. I think you got to, if you want Stingley, you got to trade up to 8 because the Giants are taking cornerback, I'd say. They have a lot of needs. Cornerback is kind of one of them. You know, got some Asian pieces there. Let's see what we have, though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you can get away with it. The Broncos also like to grab cornerback a bunch, so I still want to trade up here and grab CB. I think that's just too big of a need for them not to go for it. Would they take a 4th to move up this high? I don't know. I could do a 3rd next year, though. The Saints aren't really one of those teams anymore, though. Nah, I'll give them a 3rd. I'll give them a 3rd next year. If they take it, they take it. If they don't, we move on. They do take it, so I felt like that was fair. 2 spots. It is a 3rd next year rather than this year, but we just don't have one. You grab a cornerback that I imagine is going to be great. Because once again, I thought he was a top 5 in real life, but you know, if teams do start grabbing QBs, which, based on need alone, it happens. It really happens. we've seen Geno Smith. What's his name? EJ Manuel. We've seen it. Derek Stingley. He's the choice. I don't care. And, of course, he's great. 6'1", 20 years old, which is cool. 92 speed, 91 excel, 89 change rate. That's all you need. That's all you need, baby. We got up there. Pick 10 in the 2nd round. Can we still grab a QB? Let's go to the next round. QB is in need. Once again, I don't know a damn thing. I don't know a damn thing about these quarterbacks, so I really don't want to grab quarterbacks that aren't going to be there. Corral just seems like a late first. I just don't know. I really don't know. Oh, do they have Malik Willis as number 1? That's the one, isn't it? Carson Strong's. Look at the projections. 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Are ye having a laugh? Of course, in real life, I do expect quarterbacks to fall very high in the 2nd. That just seems to be the case. Day 2, teams have a whole freaking night to think. So I think I am going to move up with Miami, and I think I'm taking Carson Strong. I think that's just the case here. Once again, I apologize if it's like Carson Strong in the 2nd. He's a 5th rounder. Carson Strong in the 2nd, he's going no further than 15 in the 1st round. I don't know, dude. Give me a break. This is, that seems okay. Depends on what Miami thinks they have, what they need. To grab a great cornerback, to grab a quarterback who hopefully is decent. You have these guys. What the? Who is that? That guy looks like he's killed a person. Who even is that? Oops, wrong one. I was wondering. I was like, fair enough. He wasn't actually a quarterback. Where was he again? Was he yeah, he's a DT. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Believe it or not. Carson Strong is going to be my choice. Let's draft him. Please be hidden. He is hidden. Once again, I don't know. I'm just glad we got a hidden quarterback. That's all I can tell you. That's it. Let's move to the 3rd round where we may actually make one final trade up if we even can afford to. We need a wide receiver. I don't know if there's any there. I'm going to take a look now. Let's see what we got. So wide receiver, Jalen Tolbert is actually a 6'3" guy. Don't know a lot about him, but a 4.4 40 looks pretty good to me. We also have Jaleel Shakir, bad catch in traffic. Very fast, though. I don't know if the Saints necessarily need another tall guy, but, I mean, I like some of the names here. So, I mean, there's some names. I kind of want to take one of those three. Yeah, I don't want this guy. So I want Tolbert, Shakir, or Mechie the third. And I'm going to take one of those. Honestly, I'm hoping Tolbert goes first. I think that's, of the three, that's the guy I want the least. Tolbert does go first. As soon as one of the other ones goes, I'm trading up. David Bell. Okay, I'll take it. Well, I mean, assume. I don't know who's good. Oh, here it is. Oh, Houston. I mean, with the wide receivers falling like that, I don't know. I think Houston probably keeps the pick and drafts a wide receiver of their own. But then again, they took QB and they didn't need one. So 4, 5, 5, I guess. That is too much for my liking. But what can I do? I mean, I need it. They did get Devontae, though. I'm just going to give him Josh Adams and give him the 5th because it was so close anyways. Just take the trade. Take the 5th. We'll get a 7th off you, and everyone will be happy. Not even. We'll give you a 7th and the... God damn it. This is why you get 2 extra minutes in speed rebuilds. That's the rules. But I will say, maybe I should have waited. I maybe should have waited on quarterback because there was a lot of names there. We did get a hidden one, though. I don't know how many of them are hidden. But we are going to take a look at all that afterwards because, once again, you guys... some of you at least, I would imagine, do know a decent bit about the rookie class, and you could at least kind of give me insights like, oh, that class sucks. It's like, sorry, I didn't mean it. What do we actually have in our favorites anyway? So we do have another cornerback, Roger McCreary, A catching. You know me and my rules. If you have high catching, you're a good cornerback. But this is a user-created class, so I don't know how that's going to be created. Tyler Davis could use an ET badly. That guy looks good, but he's around a 3 to 4. I just think you need wide receiver the most, so I'm just going to do that. And then hopefully one of those middle linebackers is there, of which if they are, I'm not saying perfect draft, but a very good one. Definitely a very good one. So here we go. Mechie the third. Great release. 21 years old, 6 foot tall. I like the speed. I think this is kind of the exact type of player that the Saints need, so we're going to grab him. And normal dev, but 92 speed, 94 excel, 91 jumping. I like it. I like it. Assuming he's at least like 68 plus overall, I'm okay with it. And once again, we're going to go to the 5th round. I don't know if we can afford to trade up. I really don't, but we really need a middle linebacker. So if there's even one linebacker of the 3 or whatever I had on my list, I'm going to do it just based on like athletics. And I'm going to manually go until we're down to just 1. I also sold on tight end. I don't think any of these guys are good. So we give our 6th this and our 7th next to go up for a linebacker. He was probably the worst of the 3, but I mean, decent enough. Hoping for the best here. Please be good. Normal development trait. I mean, not liking the speed and excel there, but, you know, fair enough. And then in the 7th round, we might just take a random tight end if they look athletic. This guy looks speedy as hell. I'm taking him. Rodell Rahman, probably a wide receiver converted to tight end. Yo! 94 speed. I got to actually look up if this guy's a tight end or not, because that seems absurd. Also, I can't look. I'm not going to look at the other players because I will spoil it for myself. I can't look at them. I just can't do it. Well, I'll look at the quarterbacks. Crap. I'm just going to look at the first. Okay, so for one thing, here, where are we? So Stingley, 79 overall. Nice. Strong, 69 overall. I'll take it. 73 overall. Considered he's normal. I'll take that. Baptiste, not bad. 67 overall. And then Rahman, super fast. Tons of potential. Also feel like he's just a straight-up wide receiver. Which, if that's the case, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, this was some time back, but it says his 40 was like 4.57 or something. So I don't know. I feel like I said, I feel like he's way too fast. So I'm going to go 90 speed, 88 excel or something like that, which, fair enough, right? I feel like that's fair enough. We already know Stingley's going to be a starter. He's going to be the new number 2, so we're going to take a look at how good he is. real quick. I'd say superstar or X Factor. I was about to say, I thought he was the #1 corner, and then I heard of this white guy. I don't know. Carson Strong. I'm guessing star, which is fair enough. Hopefully it's not higher than star, though. And it is star. Okay, I don't know. Once again, I don't know, but seems fair to me. And then we'll take a look at just whatever this screen's going to show us. So just to compare it, I don't know. Ritter, fair enough. Once again, I did remember the name Malik Willis, but I thought it was a name that went up and then down, but I guess it's down and then up. So superstar there. You guys can maybe kind of determine if you think this is a good class or not based on, you know, the ratings and then the hiddens. I will say that I'd imagine just like every year, especially this year for quarterback, it seems like there's a lot of controversies. People are like, oh, this guy's the only chance to be a pro quarterback. No, it's this guy, it's this guy. So I will say there's probably a lot of opinions, but as with every year as well, there's always the kind of in general opinion that, you know, like a guy like Thibodeau, I'm pretty sure most people agree is probably the #1 overall pick or a top 2, top 3. So, you know, that's about it. I'll try not to mention any of that anymore because you probably have heard enough of it. But that's pretty much that. So we landed a good draft. Was it realistic? I don't know. But, hey, we did the thing, and we are, I wouldn't say set for the future, but we definitely took the right direction, right? Mechie might have himself a chance. Obviously, Carson Strong being the starting quarterback is going to be great for us. Taysom's going to be gone after this year. He should be being paid more than this, but in real life, he's like a $8 million savings this upcoming year, I believe, even after the contract upgrade. It's just a weird contract. It's just a super weird contract. We need some backups, but overall, we have liftoff. I mean, we're okay. We're not looking terrible. Yo, we are looking terrible. We are so broke. It hurts. Can we really not get rid of... I mean, I know he's like our only good DT, but, I mean, we got to do something here. This is bad. This is not good. Hurst. James Hurst. Nope. There we go. Okay. It's going to be these types of players. It's going to be one of those. Just release every single person that's making any sort of money at all. I think we're screwed. We're screwed. I can't even afford backups. Should have let Taryn go. Should have let him go. And I know we moved up, but in a way, we did save money because we used up a lot of picks to move up for players that maybe would have been there anyways. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm not too happy about this. We literally have no money. I literally can afford nobody. Well, how do I even get through this? There's literally no one. There's literally no one I can get rid of. I might just have to get rid of Onyemata. Take the, 4 mil. I mean, we get 3 mil back off of it. Do you just trade Davenport? I mean, we can't afford to keep him, I don't think. I mean, I want to keep him, but I think you trade Davenport just because you're broke. Obviously, I don't want Tyrod Taylor, but we needed to trade Davenport off. We needed to save money. There was a bunch of different trades I had. I had one where I offered Davenport for Nwosu in a second round from the Chargers. They didn't take it. We just couldn't afford to give them... Well, they couldn't actually afford to take anything else. And then what else did we have? We had a bunch of different trades, but this is ultimately the closest I get. This is a risk for the Colts, but also... It's a bigger risk for us if projections stay the same. Obviously 42, which I don't expect us to have 42, but we could easily be a 8-win team, maybe at best 9-win team. And if they make the playoffs, they had a massive win in this trade. So overall, I'm just happy to clear some space and technically add a first-round pick. It did cost us a second, but overall, I mean, it was the best we could do. And I really wanted to keep Davenport. If what happened here in Madden happens in real life, I think he's easily worth a late first. You know, that's kind of what they paid to get him in a way. But, I mean, he's really solid. 80 overall star, 25 years old, decently fast, 82 power move, great block shed. Look at the traits. I mean, he's absolutely where I would pay that. I would pay a late first for him. I would, easily. 6'6" as well. We just need to move him over to left end because they already have Kwity Paye there. But, obviously, their other edge is not looking great. But at least now we can afford some backups, maybe even a rookie, or not a rookie, a second contract from a rookie You know, McCoy or maybe Gardner Johnson if we're lucky, both. There's literally 3 fullbacks in the entire free agency class here. It's not really a class, but jeez, man. But hey, we get to see how good or bad that pick was. Freaking Peyton Turner, the new starting edge. Oh my, not good. Oh, I forgot we got Bernard McKinney, actually. We do need to adjust that contract as well, which may save a little bit of money on top. Ooh, Baptiste is kind of a hybrid. If he has okay edge rush ability, I might just put him there just based on need. Because Peyton Turner really is not an edge here. I mean, he looks really slow. And it's because he is. He's got swim, which is doable, but I do like him in coverage more. I think we're going to start him over Pete Werner. Pete Werner's a decent overall, but he's not very good of a player. Like, I think his man in zone was like 61 or something. Actually, screw it. McKinney's just going to be a backup across the board. He's actually not as good as... Like, obviously, I knew he wasn't great anymore, but he's even worse than I thought. So, fair enough. I mean, it's not the worst thing to have him as, like, a rotational guy anyways. You know, it's couldn't make the freaking Dolphins roster. It's not looking good for you in the linebacker department. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Alvin Kamara is trying to develop the tight end, Ramen. They're like completely different positions. I don't know. That's kind of strange, but I'll take it. Really? Dev trades increase. Yeah, I know what a dev trade is. Well, he's the new #1 tight end. It's as simple as that. When you have start development trait without even playing a snap, you the new tight end. Simply put, that's about it. That's all I can tell you. That's clutch. Long-term development on those, definitely good. Definitely a good. And we also have this. Are we really trying to... Really? I get, like, McCoy's young, but, like, is he not already kind of a solid player? Oh, man. It's also funny that Terran Armstead is trying to coach him up, despite the fact that Terran Armstead is 100% gone after the season. We just literally can't afford him. Which, hopefully, with that knowledge, we could probably re-sign the other 2 we were talking about. Don't tell me he's going to be like an X Factor or something now. What is this? So I just want to see a rookie play. Wait, what? Oh, is he talking about McCoy? Now it's Cesar Ruiz. Was it not McCoy the first time? I don't know. Whatever. Don't do that now. That means he won't freaking play. Of course, getting open is the most important thing in football. So let's. He's kind of slow, so we're gonna go with short routes. Even though he's actually been a decent deep threat guy, at least in preseason mainly. I don't really feel like I've heard a whole lot about him during the season. And, of course, we're back into my favorite time, regular rookies. And what is this? Is it going to be another offensive lineman, or is this the tight end going to go to Superstar? It is Cesar Ruiz. 10K! Not bad. That's nice. I usually ignore the prospects, the spotlight, but this is actually, it's something that plays a pretty big factor. So, DT Marquise Forbes we're going to be taking a look at. Looks smart. All right, the scariest part of a Saints rebuild, the re-signings. Obviously, the #1 need here, or the #1 target, is McCoy. Please be 40 mil. Oh! Okay, I was expecting maybe 40 or something like that, but I suppose some of the names here, specifically Terran Armstead, there's a couple of names here. When the hell do we get Takaris? Tack McKinley apparently is here. I was hoping that we'd have a little bit of money. We have a lot more than a little bit, which is really weird wording from me. But Gardner Johnson, McCoy, and I guess probably Armstead, right? I mean, I suppose it seems like that. Gardner Johnson gets a 6-year 60. Marquez Callaway, actually not a bad signing here. We're gonna get him to 27. We're gonna keep him there till he is 27 years old. And then Terran Armstead, we have a golden opportunity to avoid bankruptcy, and I am not going to take that opportunity. I'm going to take the re-signing. We're going to let a lot of these other guys go, and then, Taysom Hill will be gone after this year. We can, we'll take a little bit of a loss there, but we're back kind of on track. Oh, this is kind of a cheese. We'll get 6 mil penalty somewhere, because that's kind of what he's got in real life. So that's really all we got to do is add 6 mil penalty to our total and let Taysom go. Ooh, speaking of, Gardner Johnson with a breakout chance. It's funny because Callaway had one earlier, and he got 4 yards. All right, did he get it? And shout out to the team. with the comeback on this season. We must have won like 5 or 6 out of 7. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at it. Of course, regular season. We won 3 in a row, lost 1, won 4. The funny thing is the Steelers were 2-10. Of course, we lose to a 2-10 team, but I will take it. You know, that's a hell of a season, hell of a turnaround. Let's take a look at our numbers. Not bad from strong. Would have liked a little bit more, but overall, I mean, that's good enough. I mean, it is what it is. And, yeah, maybe superstar, probably not. Kamara, really good numbers as you would expect. Receivers, outside of Thomas, though, really disappointing. Really disappointing. Offensive line was all right. Once again, with the Terran Armstead thing, I don't know if 12 sacks means he didn't do well, or if all the guys are going to give up a lot of sacks, but because he's a high overall, it gives us a better chance to win in Sim. I don't know. I really don't. Sack totals, awful. Awful stuff. I'm actually glad they went with McKinley, even though it didn't really work out. But Baptiste, the rookie, could be the star, should be the star. Maybe Pete Warner will join him. Stingley, you know, kind of a small, you know, not a great season, but obviously we don't really know how good it was because, you know, interceptions aren't the only thing that tells us if a corner is good or not. If anything, most of the time in real life, it's actually the opposite. But overall, that's, you know, basically the season. Offensive Rookie of the Year, maybe. Let's see it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, baby. Defensive Rookie of the Year, almost with Baptiste, just based on tackles alone. Randall Cobb, best wide receiver for the Packers. And then best kicker, Will Lutz, back in action. Love to see it. But yeah, we have a playoff game. And ironically enough, it's going against Minnesota. Don't, please. 85 overall, they're an 82. We're the better team, but we are kind of like, you know, some of our important positions are made up of younger players. So I don't know how that's going to affect anything as Washington smokes Green Bay. Interesting names. I'd like to see some new names. I'll take it. Minnesota starts off with a nice drive for 7. We do well on defense, but offense can't score. Thank you. Defense did a really good job there to set up some plays, and offense was struggling. But here we are, up by 14 to start of the second half. Can we get the revenge? I think we do. This defense has played lights out, and the offense drives down with a nice drive. I mean, wasting the entire clock and adding the touchdown for good measure just to make sure. And let's take a look. So Carson strong, super great. Kirk Cousins not so much. Running backs pretty similar, but Cook did fumble. I don't know if we actually recovered it or not. Thomas, nice game there. Blocking, no one really asked. Sack totals, you know, nothing big. Kicking, I mean, it was just kind of a clean game from both teams, but Dalvin did fumble. Once again, I don't know if we got it or not, but it was one of the cleanest games I've seen in the postseason in a rebuild, so we just outplayed them, I guess. We scored more. And we're in the main menu. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be? That's what happens. I really wanted to be in the main menu. Divisional time. If we win the Super Bowl here, that would be very strange. But at the same time, the Vikings, not the greatest sim team. If anything, the opposite of a great sim team. Super unlucky sim team. Even when we've done rebuilds where we make them the best team, they don't win in sim. But Washington, not a super great sim team either. I'm not saying this is a free shot at the championship, but as far as recent years goes, this would be by far the easiest shot to the championship that we've ever seen. But here we are, 7 points down. Washington's defense obviously super stout, which is causing some short fields, and Washington's taking advantage of that as we're down 11 in the second half, and that is going to extend to 14. We are actually just going to get completely shut down by Washington here in I wouldn't say a crazy upset, but 24-10, which was really 24-3 most of the game. That is shocking. As Sam Hartman, the rookie, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, just under 300 yards. Kamara was awful. I mean, the team really just didn't do well. Just simply put, the team was not good. Our pass rush was awful. I mean, when you got freaking, what's his name? Isn't his name Roach? Freaking Malcolm Roach. Like, really? He's the best player? And then we have Will Lutz missing a kick. Not that it seemed to really matter, but that's a bit of an L. That's an awful way to end it. I guess it's not a free shot after all. Could we see Washington in the Super Bowl in year 2? I mean, it's very well doable. Let's find out. I should have just went straight to the Super Bowl, but that's for another me to decide. Super Bowl, it is not. It is the Bears, even weirder. basically. Not even basically, for sure weirder or more weird. And the Bears beat the Chiefs. We have 22 mil. I can't remember if there was any names that we missed out. I know Onyemata, but he's like 30, so I'm not going to really worry about it. No dev-ups on offense, which is a bit harsh. I'm assuming Thomas was still X-Factor. I didn't actually look. I just assumed it. And, yeah, he was X-Factor. He's still obviously dropping. Carson Strong, decent overall defensively. Warner goes up. Baptiste doesn't go up. I'm going to force the dev there, I suppose. He was the second place Rookie of the Year candidate. He had a better season than Warner anyways, and he's a rookie, so I'm going to allow it. Number 11, I don't know. I don't really care about the numbers anymore. As long as we don't have like Brady wearing 7 and Rodgers wearing like 14 or something, I'm cool with it. You know, just whatever happens, happens. And those were the only dev ups, basically. We're going to be missing some names, but at the same time, I mean, we're still in a pretty decent spot. We have a pretty big upside, and we have a little bit of money. That's kind of the main focus. You know, teams like this and the Eagles, those are the two things you really have to worry about is the freaking salary. But last second chance to see if we made any mistakes here, and in my opinion, I don't think we did. I think all the players we wanted to keep, we have kept. The real question is, can we actually save even more money? I don't want to get rid of Demario Davis, but at the same time, the position Demario plays, and he kind of relies on that speed a decent bit. I mean, I could see him being one of those guys that could be gone somewhat soon. Can't get rid of Cameron Jordan. Don't think I really want to anyways, but, you know, he's also regressing. Demario Davis, any savings? A little bit. Not worth it, though. I think we are going to keep him. Pete, please let me get rid of him. I could. If we were that desperate, I could, but we're not that desperate anymore. I mean, I feel like we can't really get rid of any names. You know, everything at best, maybe a mil or two here or there. Like, you know, James Hurst will save a little bit, but nothing crazy. But yeah, basically what we have is what we have. Don't really have any re-signings, though, right? Like, Ruiz is one of them. Will Lutz, when it, you know, he's not going to cost much. Davis will be gone. So those basically erase themselves, and then Cam Jordan will be gone. So this year we can at least spend all the money we want, and next year is kind of when we have to, you know, kind of chill out a little bit. Rodgers, too late. We already got a quarterback. J.J. Watt. Ed Oliver is a name I am paying. You do not see his name in there often. I'm going for a 5-year 76, which is a little high, but you want to guarantee you get him, and obviously I feel like that's more fair than what they're offering him. A 25-year-old, 86 overall superstar is worth way more than... Oh my God, what is happening here? We have ourselves some names, and I am sad about it. Can we actually afford to go for Sweat, a 3 or 37? Is that what he wants? Damn it. The worst part is Tampa wants him too. Is there any money we can save? Because DT's not as big of a need. I mean, it's the biggest need, but there's a lot of DTs there in in the draft, but I don't think the edge is looking that good. Man, I really want both of those players, but I don't think we can do it. Like, the best case we can do is probably just release a couple of like 1 mil, 2 mil kind of deals. Once again, we could save a little from Demario Davis, but I don't think losing Demario and gaining Sweat is going to make us better. I really don't. Maybe long-term, but not for this year, which I suppose long-term is probably the more important thing. I think we're just going to have to take the L and, of course, let Tampa get him, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I don't really see how Tampa has the money to sign him, so maybe they're going to lose someone big, or maybe they don't even get him anyways. Who knows? All right, we offered a couple of contracts. Saved a tiny bit of money, especially if we get rejected on this. If we get rejected on Oliver, thank you. So we got Ed Oliver on the deal. We literally offered him that you guys seen, and then a 2-year 9 for Cleveland Farrell, which for a former top, what was he, a top 5, I believe, overall pick. I mean, it's okay. It's a good day one type of deal. Might not even start day one, but we at least know that we have someone for day one. And the reason why I say it might not is because, I mean, our draft pick's going to be. It's not going to be good. It's going to be decent enough, though, to potentially draft a pass rusher in the first round. Also, Forbes. I put him on my focus thing earlier, and it just didn't show. I really don't know. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I think because he's a prospect guy, you do focus on him. And there's so many names here. I don't know what to do with it. Shaq Green, let's take a look. 21. Super small, though. Look at, he's tiny. 5'11". Really? Okay, I'm going to put him on my list, though, because he's really fast. Ooh, who's this? He's actually not that slow, either. Brent Altman is probably our first-round pick. Just got to be honest. I think he's our first-round pick. Looks really good. He's formidable. But I will say it is potentially misleading because the DN classes have been really bad, or at least this class is really bad. So if they do go based on the class, A might not mean that much. It might not. So I'm a little worried about that, but I'd still probably be willing to take him with our first pick. Also, he is on the bigger side, so at worst, maybe DT as well. Who knows? This guy looks pretty good too, though. We've got options. Do I have much of a choice? It's not the same, but it's close. We also did offer a 1-year 4 for Onyemata to bring him back, which would have been clutch, but hopefully we just get someone in the draft, which is basically the idea anyways. But let's take a look at the DT that we have. Mr. Forbes. Also, Mr. Hill. And I think we're already kind of sold on Altman, but there also is this, what's his name, McAllister guy, so I'd be willing to look at him. Those are the positions I want to see. Hopefully they do actually show us the extended year warranty, 5-year, but I don't know, we'll see. Altman looks good. I think we're just going to go to our pick. I don't want to trade up. If they're both gone, they're both gone. We'll grab someone else. There's always players, specifically DT, which is still, especially with the Cleveland Farrell pick, or trade. Not trade, the signing, damn it. I'm saying trade because I actually did think about trading Marcus Davenport over to the Raiders, but yeah, I mean, they have their edge. Their edge is set, so I didn't want to do that. I was going to do it. I was going to go like a 3rd-round pick with Farrell, but in a way, I'm kind of glad we didn't because we still got him anyways, and I don't know if he would have got to star, and even if he did, he's still kind of a low overall. Oh yeah, I forgot we have 2 first-round picks. That's clutch. So we ended up getting 15. So, I mean, it worked out for both teams, right? The Colts, as long as they weren't a top 10 pick, maybe they cost them a little bit, but overall it wasn't that bad. Brandon Fitzsimmons, I don't know anything about this guy, but I don't think we need him. Our guy's good, too. I don't know what you take, because I really didn't have a player this high. I was looking at late firsts. Maybe you trade up or trade down anyways and finally add some draft picks rather than lose them every time. Corner looks pretty good, too. We don't really need a corner, though. That'd be the number 3, so unless we're willing to take a high pick for a number 3 corner, which would be, pretty clutch if it actually worked out. I don't think it's worth it. Do we at least have both? So both of the guys are there. I think we're trading down to at least the late part of the first corner, the first round. Maybe, actually 24. Maybe not as late as I thought. I mean, the next year firsts aren't bad per se, but... Harvin. Oh, this could be good. This could be nice. It's maybe a little too nice, but, whatever. I'm going to take it. They take a safety. I know they did just lose Juan, but I mean, they gave us an extra Juan, an extra first one round. I want McAllister. Actually, I don't know if I want McAllister more. I didn't actually take a look, but based on his build, if they're both similar in rating, I definitely want McAllister more, but we'll see. So, a pursuit, super fast. A finesse. I absolutely want McAllister more than Altman, but I'm actually kind of thinking if we get to 23, 24, maybe we go for both. Let's okay, we're going to trade up because we do need another player. Cameron Jordan's going to be he's kind of an old guy. Could move him to DT. We've done it a few times. He is the big fella. So maybe we'll see, but I kind of think both. I'm liking both these edge rushers here, but am I getting maybe a little too greedy? I don't know. 106 next year. That's, once again, seems a little low, but it is what it is. We're going to be taking Mr. McAllister here, unless there's someone else I'm forgetting, which I don't think I am. Also, do you maybe just, go for the DT anyways? Darren Hill does look pretty good. I don't know. We're going to, one thing at a time. We're going to go McAllister. Looks like the best player, and he is a hidden development trait. I didn't know if he was going to actually be hidden, but I expected him to be a good player. He looks like one of those prototypical guys, kind of similar to Marcus Davenport, actually, in certain aspects. Maybe not as big, but, he's got the height. Darren Hill actually being gone kind of makes me want to, trade up again because I thought he was going to stay there. I mean, we always have picks. We could always trade down. But Brent Altman does look really good. Like, he also looks very solid. But for a power guy, his strength is lacking, I suppose. We'll go to Dallas if the guy's still there, which he is. Dallas, Washington. I mean, whatever. We'll trade up again. Crapper. I literally clicked the first damn round. Well, that's not good. Hopefully I can get this without having to, sacrifice the team too much here because I sold on my own terms. It's always something. It's always something. It's always freaking something. Can I ever just have a clean little rebuild, huh? I could always just give them next year pick and then fix it from free agency or something, but I'd prefer to get it done cleanly. So we did have to get rid of some of our next year for picks to get the pick that I messed up on, but we'll obviously get those back. So Brent Altman is going to be the choice, and another hidden development trait. Once again, that strength is very lacking, but I mean, our edge is set for the future. I honestly think you probably do put Jordan over there. Let's go to the next round, though. I don't really expect us to go for anything here. We still do have our second round pick next year, I'd hope. Which, because I would definitely not be willing to trade our first round anyways, so I'm not really too worried about that. Wasn't going to use that as capital. But what do we got? So middle linebacker, Shaq Green. He was pretty fast, but we didn't really know much about him. Did the DT go? I'd love to see how good he was, but I didn't think he was that great anyways. Caleb Sullivan was a guy I was gonna scout, but didn't get a chance to. I think we're going to trade up for Sullivan. This might be a little steep, but considering we just made the playoffs, I think that's a fair trade. A second round next year with a late third this, which, of course, I imagine this guy's going to be hidden. He just looks like one of those prototypical hiddens, which I will say, whether we get a hidden or not, this is going to be a pretty good class, but kind of an unrealistic one, and he is hidden 89 strength. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if the other two centers were also hidden. Let's go to the next round. I kind of want to add some sort of linebacker, but we did great once again. It's just not a whole lot of depth in our class. But for the Saints, it's not really. I mean, especially with the picks we had in our first draft, maybe not the biggest need in the world to have these other positions. Chip Hillman, that is just not a real person's name. And whatever, we're gonna chalk this unrealistic draft class up to, well, here we are on the main menu again. Chalk it up to me making a mistake with the Cowboys, losing the a first, fourth, and fifth, which obviously I would have used the fourth and fifth probably to draft someone. All I want to see is the DT, and well, really two DTs, because there was the DT that went before Altman went. Once again, I'm glad. I'll take the edge every day of the week. 75, 76, 73, that's a win, dude. I mean, 76 block shed. I didn't think he was going to have that, although in a user league, you'd be pissed, dude. Bull rush when he's a finesse guy. I know you can use power move, but I mean, where's the swim? Where's the, where's the spin even? That's a bit of an L. That's kind of unfortunate. McAllister, star development trade. He will be our starting left end. I'm going to put him at something more traditional, I suppose. 52 looks pretty good, obviously. And then Altman, who I would actually probably say is probably the better dev just because he's more raw. Oh, maybe not in the power move, but a little more raw in the sense that he's not as fast. Swim, spin, bowl. He does have better traits, though. Nah, he's not more raw. He's just slower. Simply put, that's about it. So right end, 97 looks all right. And no, I thought he was going to be superstar. He's not. And then Sullivan will obviously be our starting left guard next season. Actually, maybe he'll be the center, and then McCoy will go to left guard. But we'll put him at left guard for now, and star development trade as you'd expect. So really good draft for what we needed. We landed a whole ass edge freaking round. Really, didn't they just take a QB? Good job, EA. I love you. You're so good. Let's take a look at the DT. Where is he? Mr. Hill. So Darren Hill hidden. Ooh, 78 overall. That is a high overall. Decent finesse, great block shed, super strength, very fast, and bull rush. It's kind of all you need. Kind of small, though, I suppose, but would have been a nice player, and I'd say superstar. Really another star, which is still good, but doesn't really make me feel regretful. Got Ed Oliver as well. This is, I mean, we did pretty well last year. This could be already a Super Bowl team. I know it seems a little early, but I don't know. And then Forbes, yikes. I mean, he didn't look great. That prospect spotlight was awful. Once again, he has potential. Power move's okay. Block shed's okay. Strength is good enough. Decent enough speed. And then the big thing is those traits. But yeah, I don't know what the thing was. I thought it was something about intelligence or something. I mean, sure as hell, the scout doesn't have any of it. I'll tell you what. So maybe that's why he thinks the guy's smart, because he's so dumb. It is officially year 3 in the team. Well, I mean, maybe the wide receiver number 2 spot and tight end number 1 spot potentially could be upgraded, but the team doesn't look that bad. Armstead might be replaced, I will admit, but outside of Armstead, we're going to get rid of Pete, but we're fine there, I think. We could actually get rid of him anytime we wanted to. We have Sullivan, who could start at any point. He'll be the left guard next season. Might need to just completely replace the wide receiver group because, Thomas isn't that young anymore. He's 30. He's a 91 overall. He's probably going to regress again. Strong's a 78 overall. Fair enough. Defensively, we need a new middle linebacker number 1. DT number 2, technically, because we moved Cameron Jordan over there. But everything looks pretty good. We have the best cornerbacks, or going to be the best cornerback tandem in the league. Maybe a few positions here or there, and we'll be, fully set. But even as of right now, even with some of these older players, we are good enough to make the playoffs, maybe even good enough to potentially make a run. It's just a few positions when we're talking about, like, long-term wise. Ooh, Camp standout, and he gets the first one, 10k XP. Ah, we failed it. Damn it. Either way, I mean, at least he got one. Terran Armstead might not even have to worry about re-signing him because he might just go. Doesn't have the heart. Hey, you better freaking have the heart. It's one final season. Just call it quits after if you really want to. Jesus, man. So re-signings, Cameron Jordan. I mean, I don't even know what overall he's going to be, so we'll wait on that. Will Lutz, I'll give him a 2-year deal. 52. I mean, I probably should have taken a look at the other guys first, but I think there's not going to be that many names. I think we have... did we? I already paid Gardner Johnson. So Cesar Ruiz, and... I mean, that's kind of it, right? I mean, that's basically it. Also, Terran... Isn't he supposed to a year, or I can't do it because he's potentially going to retire? All right, left end Jelani Goodwin apparently is a prospect spotlight. I mean, unless he's a huge dude, I don't know if I want him. Don't really need edge, so unless he's able to play DT. Where is he? Jelani Goodwin. I mean, I'll put him on the list, but meh. We kind of won a bunch in a row, so I'd imagine Terran's going to be pretty good. Yeah, he's feeling a lot better. We lost like the first two, and I was like, it's a GG. Both games, actually, we lost 41-38, I believe, but... then we won like 3 or 4 straight. All right, let's take a look. Calling it quits. Pretty good season, so let's find out. It's been a long year, but I'm feeling great. Okay. Well, at least he's here for this season, I suppose. Guess who's back? All right, final week, and we lose 3 straight, which not only loses the division, but could have potentially lost our playoff spot, and I would assume there was a good chance that we would have had the bye week. That is disgustingly bad. 3 straight losses to the Texans, the yeah, good job, EA. You're flawless company, as always. But let's take a look at the stats and awards real quick. So, Carson Strong, I mean, not really that great again. Alvin Kamara, though, I will say, really solid numbers. Thomas was decent. Mechie, if he doesn't get to star, I swear. Callaway, 1,000. O-line was actually pretty damn solid. Tackles, Baptiste and Demario Davis with 100 plus. Well over 100, to be fair. Sack totals, McAllister, the rookie, 16. 9.5 for Jordan, 6.5 for Ed Oliver, 3 for Altman. Picks, Stingley was great. I mean, the defense looked pretty good. The offense looked okay, specifically Kamara. And obviously, he was way better than okay. Looking at MVP, Christian McCaffrey, number 1. Where was Kamara? Not even on the list? Or am I just, like, blind? No, he's just not on the list. McAllister almost won Defensive Player of the Year, which obviously means... Oh, another Altman! Maybe they're brothers. Obviously means he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. And we get Defensive Lineman of the Year, but no awards for some of the other guys you wanted. You know, maybe the offense could have had one like Kamara or something, but I guess not. Christian McCaffrey just outshined. But yeah, the 10-7 across the board pretty much for the entire division. We're at 90 overall. The Buccaneers are at 88. If we're that good that we're, tying with the Buccaneers, I mean, surely that means we're good enough to potentially win this game and maybe even go all the way. But really, though, Losing to the Texans. Fair enough. It's 3-0. It's 3-0 still. 6-0. 7-6. 7-9. 10-9. A very weird score, but we're on top. That's really all I want to know. Up by 8. Up by... thank you for scoring a touchdown, because the math is just tough there. It's an 8-point deficit, and... Sheesh, what is the plane outside going to come and take a landing on the house? Like, bruh. You could probably hear that in the recording. Like, dude. Land on the freeway. Not on my house. Like, Carson Strong outperforming Milton. It's not Tom Brady, of course. Fournette's still here, surprisingly. Another? Hello? But of course, looking at our side of things, Callaway, a lot of catches. Yards aren't great. Mechie, though, really good stuff. Thomas got a couple of touchdowns. Those are kind of things that matter the most. Sack totals, really didn't have anything going for ourselves, even with McKenzie looking like a god. I mean, sure. McAllister, that's the one. I thought we missed a field goal. We did not. Those planes are throwing me off. Jesus. Look how good Stingley is, dude. Insane already. McCoy, power move, I guess, or power move defense, if you will. Look at his ratings, pretty solid across the board. Pete Werner, let's go with coverage. Actually, he looks, he's usable. I don't think we need to replace him anymore. It's really just replace Demario Davis, really. But we win that game. Now we're going against the Niners. They're a high record at 12-5, but their overall is only an 85, so they're worse than the Buccaneers. I don't see why we can't win this game as well. We're probably the best team in the league already. We had some pretty good drafts. All right, going to the end of the game, we get a touchdown. It looked like we were actually going to score right out the gate. Like the Niners gave us the ball on their first drive without even punting. 17-0, really clutch touchdown drive for them there. Oh, wow. Scoring is happening quickly, and that's the game already. We're on to the championship round. There's no question about it. Up 32, maybe a little bit less now, but still, the game has been won. I don't really think of any team. Maybe the Cowboys we might have to face here, but outside of the Chiefs, I don't know if there's a team that can beat us right now. We're looking pretty good. McAllister, there we are, speaking of, gets the 2 sacks, and we move on once again to the championship round. Let's be honest, it's probably going to be the Cowboys at this rate. I'd say they're the most intact, at least on the NFC side at this point. And is it the Cowboys? It is not. It's the Panthers. Okay, this is an interesting one. I don't feel like they're that good, though. 83. Why are they getting such sim luck? They keep pushing this running back narrative. But we have Kamara. Push that narrative. You can do it. And the Raiders at 15-2. Are in the 15-2. Fair enough, the Raiders in the Super Bowl. It's not the most far-fetched thing in the world, but 15-2? Okay. 21-7, not a bad start for us, obviously. 28-7. Is this already the Super Bowl win? Is this already a championship bout? 40-10, 47-10, 47-17. We're in the Super Bowl. The defense is holding up decently well, and the offense is putting up a lot of points. Like I said, the Chiefs are probably the only team that I think we could really lose to, but we obviously know that we don't have to face them, so we'll see. Maybe the Raiders are that team. I don't know. And I don't know how long the recording is, but depending on how long the recording is, I might just cut my losses or, I suppose, quit while I'm ahead and potentially just call it a rebuild if we win this, because 99.9% of the time we go for more Super Bowl wins in a realistic style rebuild at least. It never happens, and it just ends up becoming a straight-up L. Strong is decent enough, but, really hasn't been that great. It's really been everyone around. We're potentially going to be losing Terron Armstead here. We're going to lose Cameron Jordan. I don't know. It seems like we're not resetting, but we're not necessarily in the greatest of spots. 2.57 mil, that doesn't seem right. That seems off. We actually saved a ton of money, didn't we? So... Media day, I don't really care. This team's won a Super Bowl recently enough, so let's go into this one. They're an 84. We're a 91 overall already. Way out ahead. The best team in the league. It's not even close. All right, going to the end of the game. See if we can do it. Left to right is us. Not looking as good as our previous games, but out ahead, I suppose. 6-0. 9-0. I mean, it's points, right? Will Lutz going to have to be the MVP here, apparently, because we just can't do anything on offense. I don't know what's happening here. Like, the Raiders' defense isn't that good. Really? Do I really got to come in with this insane offense because they can't do it without the double move inside? And Thomas just bailed the hell out of me. Javen White, he made a business decision, and he made the right call because Mechie got open. I thought that's who he was going to cover, and he didn't. Oh, my. Oh, my. Michael Thomas just made a play. I can't believe he caught that. I know he went aggressive, I believe, right? But still, that's crazy. Only up by 3. The defense is kind of locking up, and I think that's the game. We maybe had to come in, but a 4th and 5 is definitely doable for the AI. A 16-13 Super Bowl victory. Wow, what a Super Bowl, man. That sure is something. Yep, that's a good one you got there. But of course, Carson Strong as a Super Bowl champion. The Saints are back on top. I don't know how to feel about this one, though, because I feel like we had a little bit more potential because obviously Carson is super young still. But once again, we're losing some players due to age regression and just, can't afford people. Michael Thomas is 31. He's probably going to drop to like an 87, 88. So he's only getting worse. The left tackle is going to be replaced. Left guard, I suppose, being replaced is actually probably a good thing here. Cameron Jordan's going to be gone. Demario Davis is going to be gone. Glad to see him get a ring here with us. But overall, we are technically getting worse. So it's not like it's only up from here. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's going to be post-edit my decision if I'm going to go another season or not. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy with it, but I'm also not happy with it. Altman with the 3 sacks. It's a 3-year Super Bowl win with a team that's, I feel like, probably can't do this if they don't crush the draft. They have just so many financial setbacks, financial issues, players they need to replace and positions they need to address. I don't know, maybe. But once again, I think they do need to kill the draft, and I think they need to kill it at some quarterback position. Kind of really also depends on what they can get re-signing Winston-wise, like how much money it would cost to get him back, assuming he wants to return. But in case this is the last season, I'm going to take a look at the overall of players. So Carson Strong, 84 overall. Once again, really, really early into his career, but it's pretty solid, pretty good pocket passer. Thomas did actually get up to a 93 overall, so maybe the regression wouldn't be that bad overall, to be fair. Mechie is an 83, so he's not really super high himself. He did go to star, though, which is, I mean, I suppose expected, but glad to see it actually happen. Very good deep route guy. Callaway, 84 overall, 26 now. Good possession guy for the short stuff. Kind of works out perfectly there. Armstead's still looking good, but I don't know, he might regress and just retire on us. Jean-Baptiste gets the superstar. Jean-Baptiste with the dev up. Looking pretty good, actually. Really good coverage and all that. A little on the slower side, but still good. And then McAllister goes a superstar, of course, as well. Looking very solid himself. So maybe this team could go off and win a couple more. I don't know. We got to the Super Bowl. That's the goal. Actually, before we do that, I want to show you guys we didn't force any losses. Wins. That's the one. You can see here, no force wins or anything like that. We just crush it with the Saints. We just did that thing. What do you guys want to see in the future? That's really all I want to know. What's the goal? What are we trying to see? But I don't know. Either way, very happy with the result. Let me know if you guys want to see more of the real-life draft classes. And also, if you do you guys think that was a good class? We didn't really get to see a whole lot, but maybe just some of the players we drafted based on their rating / devs. You can kind of make a decision. Because once again, if we are going to use it, I don't want to spoil it by looking at all those players. Oh, well, I know what the whole first round looks like now. So I don't know. But either way, hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams. We will have one later tonight, speaking of. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, the classic.
You picked the wrong house, fool! I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a
number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a soda.
Oh, someone's getting head in the background. Oh, damn! Look, he's standing like he's Picasso.